How big is your inclination to do evil, to do malicious things, to do horrible things? How big is it? Well, on Daf 52 of Sukkah, we are told that at the end of days, people will look back, they'll be able to see the size of the evil inclination. But it's not going to look the same size to everyone. The righteous, those who are really working on themselves, will see this gigantic mountain of an evil inclination, and they will say, well, I was able to succumb that. I was able to overcome that evil inclination. That's impossible. How could I ever overcome something quite so big? And those who were not so good, those who are on the evil side themselves, will see this itty bitty teeny weeny evil inclination. Say, that little thing, I couldn't overcome that little thing. And it's how weak could I possibly be? So why is this? Why is it that those who are more righteous will see this giant evil inclination, and those who aren't will see a teeny tiny one? I think it goes back to the idea of free choice. It's important for all of us that we always have free will in our lives, that we do feel inclined to do things that might not be the healthiest things in the world for us. So if you've got somebody who's really working on themselves and really building themselves up and building up a lot of endurance and building up the ability to withstand quite a bit, well, for them to be challenged, the evil inclination needs to strengthen itself as well. It's like with weightlifting. Somebody who's really built up a lot of muscle, to challenge themselves and grow stronger, they need to really ramp up the amount they're trying to lift. Where those who lift very little, they're just not going to be able. They're not going to be able to budge that big thing. They're not even going to be challenged by it. They need very small weights so they can work on their muscles as they are. So the more you strengthen yourself, the more you work on your endurance and your ability to do good, the more the challenges against you will grow, interestingly enough. And the more you kind of succumb into those desires, the more your ability to withstand desires is going to get even weaker. So that that evil inclination is always going to be opposite you. It is always going to be a challenge to you relative to your own personal strength, how much you work on yourself, how much you perfect yourself. So you perfect yourself more, you will be challenged more, but that's okay. Just like with weightlifting, you always want to be facing the strongest challenge that you can. It's not that we go looking for temptations, but the more you strengthen yourself, the more they will come at you, interestingly enough.